Norfolk fire officials say they have found high carbon monoxide levels at a restaurant on North Military Highway 2 weeks ago, and it's the second time it's happened this year.
Yeah, officials say the restaurant had to be evacuated and shut down. It is back open now. But 10 on your side's Brandi Cummings spoke to some former employees who are upset about how the restaurant handled the potentially deadly threat.
Anita, Stephanie, carbon monoxide is a colorless, odorless gas that can kill you. Fire officials say that employees and customers here at the Piccadilly restaurant could have been exposed to those, could have been at risk rather, because of the exposure to the high levels of carbon monoxide. Those two employees we spoke to say they are now concerned for the friends that they still have working here.
We had a guest that fell out right through the line.
It wasn't something Davelyn Williams had ever experienced, but in March, she got the scare of her life.
And I started coughing real bad and shaking.
Williams worked as a server at the Piccadilly restaurant on North Military Highway just 7 months. That's the same amount of time Rodney Freeman worked there as a prep cook. They both say they were exposed to high levels of carbon monoxide.
Well, you heard the thing go off, and then the next thing you know, they're telling you to evacuate the building.
Freeman says he spent 3 days in the hospital because of the exposure. Norfolk Battalion Chief Julian Williamson says hazmat crews did find high levels of carbon monoxide at the Piccadilly in March and this month, just 2 weeks ago.
Both occurrences that we had, we were called initially for, someone feeling sick, someone feeling a little ill, which some of the symptoms of CO poisoning could be dizziness, nauseated, feeling sick.
Williamson says the carbon monoxide detector on the EMS first aid bag alerted the first responders, leading them to evacuate and close the business. The last time, doors were closed several days. Williamson says the restaurant worked with a contractor to fix the problem and was allowed to reopen. But a former employee says she hopes it's fixed this time for good, for the sake of her friends still working there.
I just want to make sure that now, because the other times they allowed us back in there, we took sick and things. This problem is over for the rest of the people that's still working there, that are very scared to speak out because of their job.
Battalion Chief Williamson told us that the first carbon monoxide exposure was because of a problem with the ventilation system for one of the appliances. He said the second one, that happened 2 weeks ago, was because of a water heater. Now, we did try talking to someone from the company. We went inside, a manager there referred us to the corporate office in Louisiana. So far, no one there has returned any of our phone calls. For now, live in Norfolk, I'm Brandi Cummings, 10 on your side.
According to the CDC, the most common symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning are headache, dizziness, weakness, upset stomach, vomiting, chest pain, and confusion. It can make you feel like you have the flu, and if you breathe in a lot, you can pass out, and it can kill you. Every year, more than 400 Americans die from accidental carbon monoxide poisoning. Another 4,000 are hospitalized. The CDC recommends every home have a CO detector installed.